Oh, the record button's. Oh, I'm in here by myself. I didn't realize I was recording. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I'll see you next week. No, just kidding. How you guys doing? Jared Fuller here. Today is Sunday, June 7th, 2020. A lot to go over. Dad and Amy's outside. They're here at home, but they're outside. You're going to hear the fan turn on and turn off by itself. It's hot outside again today, and we have our fans going, so you're going to hear that in the background. So I do apologize if the sound in your background or where you can hear this, I apologize if that sound is a little too piercing on your end. But it's hot and we need fans. So I hope you all had a wonderful week. My week was very, very busy. Today is my cousin Nevaeh's birthday, so happy birthday, Nevaeh. I love you. Have a good birthday today. And today, there were a couple things I wanted to go over. I wasn't aware of this, but today is actually National Cancer Survivor Day. So I'm going to talk about that for a minute and kind of give my insight on how I feel about National Cancer Survivor Day, and there were some other things I was going to discuss later on in the video. So my past week was pretty good. It was busy. I went to visit my mom yesterday. She made shepherd's pie, and we visited for probably 2 or 3 hours. And it was nice. It was a nice visit. She sent home some shepherd's pie with me, and she also sent home some banana bread, because she makes an awesome banana bread. And she makes an awesome shepherd's pie as well. And I got very full. Thank you, Mom. And on Friday, I was in Lansing. I decided to go on a joyride to Lansing. Dad let me borrow his truck. And I went to Lansing. I got the hell out of here for a few hours. I decided to go down to Capitol Building just to see how everything was, you know, what was the environment like. And that was my intentions of going to the Capitol, because, you know, we're at the height of the Black Lives Matter movement with the George Floyd murder. And I was just curious as to see what was going on at Capitol Building. There were a few protesters, and it was a peaceful protest, a very small handful of people. And I did get some pictures of their signs, and I got some video footage. I doubt if I'm going to upload it here. Actually, you know what? I will at the end of this video. I think I'll upload the video footage that I captured. And they were very nice people, the protesters. WILX was there. Fox 47 was there. It was a great time. Actually, I'm going to take that back. It was just WILX, but WILX and Fox 47, I believe, are in the same. The logos appear on the same car. I don't know why. But it was a good day, and I enjoyed it. And it was the very first protest that I had physically been a part of. I didn't cheer, I didn't hold up a sign, I just walked around, I walked through, I took pictures and video of the signs they were holding up, and it was very cool. It was very interesting to see. And so, now moving on to childhood. Actually, I don't even think it's strictly suppressed to childhood cancer. It's cancer in general. So I think today is National Cancer Survivors Day. So I'm going to talk about that for a little while. What does it mean to me? Obviously, it means everything to me. 31 years is a long time to be a survivor. I had gone through some of the worst. I had gone through... there are things that I can still remember to this very day, even going to my checkups in East Lansing. I remember getting poked with the needles. I remember a lot. I remember a lot from that. And every piece of my health is directly tied back and correlated to my battle with Wilms tumor. And so, what does Cancer Survivor Day mean to me? In a nutshell, it means everything. Not just to me, but to my brothers and sisters. And it's not a way to overshadow the fact that we've lost children and the fact that there are children still fighting. We're not forgetting them. We're not denying or disregarding them. But today is National Cancer Survivor Day. Survivor guilt is always there. It's a real thing. If you people have heard about survivor guilt and you've had your doubts, it's a real thing. It's very real. And so, National Survivor Day is just a day to honor the survivor, and it's a way for the world to look at us and say, you know what, you've gone through a lot in your life, and we see you, we honor you, we love you, and we respect you. I don't call myself an advocate anymore. I pointed that out a long time ago. But we've always been a subjugated demographic of people. I've been saying this now for a long time, and it's about time that other people are starting to catch on, because they're dropping this use of the word community, which to me is a relief. It's a breath of fresh air, because it's never been a community. Because community doesn't treat people the way they treat each other, and there's a lot of chaos and turmoil within the childhood cancer world, and I don't want to entertain that, or at least I try not to, but there are people who need to be put on the spot, and so I enjoy it immensely, which I did last week. I put someone on the grill because they deserved it. But Cancer Survivor Day for me is it's prominent in my life. Childhood cancer will always be a prominent staple of my life. And I don't live in the past, but I use my past health issues to help people presently. And, there's going to be more, I'm sure. Sadly, there will be. And I just want for people to know that there's someone out there who understands what they're going through. I understand what that child is going through. My parents understand what the parents are going through. I can't relate to the parents, but I can definitely relate to the kids. So, to my brothers and sisters who are watching this, I love you. This is our day to shine, and, I'm out here. There's another brother out here, and I love you, and I'm keeping you in my heart always, forever, and until the day I die. So those are my thoughts on what Cancer Awareness Day means to me. And, I don't consider myself an advocate anymore, but I will continue to make my story known to other people who may not know what's going on. They may not know who I am or understand the situation. And so I try to be a voice. I try to reach out to as many people as I can. Now they're joining. Well, one of them is. Hello, Amy.
Hello, getting ready to head out. Hopefully everyone has a good
Oh, you
day.
guys are leaving?
Yeah, Dad and I gonna pull a trailer to Owasso now.
Oh, okay. Amy's brother's here, and so I'm going to have the house all to myself. Cool. Not that I don't enjoy having you in the Sunday video update, but
I know it.
But that's fine.
Oh, not to get on the subject here, but my hand is sending electric shocks through it today.
Oh.
Don't want to wear it, but I got to.
Yeah. But anyway, I thought I'd touch on Cancer Survivor Day for a minute, and just to share with everybody what it means to me. It means, of course, everything to me. And, well, it'll always mean everything to me. Childhood cancer, as I pointed out, will always be a permanent staple of my life for the rest of my life until I die. There's no escaping it. So, and there was something else I wanted to talk about, too. I wanted to kind of point out briefly to everybody. There's a lot of confusion, like with the Black Lives Matter situation going on. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of angry people. They're angry, and they're upset, and they're frustrated because all the emphasis, seemingly, not my words, their words, the emphasis is being directed limited to just the blacks? Like, why don't all lives matter? Why is it that only black lives matter? And let me see if I can put this into an easier perspective, or an easier way of looking at things and appreciating what Black Lives Matter means and what it actually stands for. And I'm going to use childhood cancer as an analogy, because I think this is probably the best way that I can get a message across. So, for example, we talk about Black Lives Matter. It's not to say that no lives matter. Black lives matter, because black lives, it's the blacks who are being suppressed and mistreated, at least in this particular moment. The urgency is focused on blacks because they are being misrepresented. They are being, they're being treated like they're beneath the rest of the world. They've always had this issue, and they continue to have that issue, obviously. So what Black Lives Matter means is that the focus is on this issue that black lives are being suppressed, they are being subjugated, they are being held as people who are beneath the rest of the world. That's why Black Lives Matter is important. This is us saying, I'm not black, obviously, but your life matters. What happens to blacks in this country is terrible. And I'm not saying that blacks don't harm other blacks. I'm not saying that the blacks are always hurting each other, or the whites are, all white people are racist. We're not. I'm not. Amy isn't, Dad isn't, but the blacks are constantly being the focus of killing and violence. And what happened in the George Floyd situation was a white cop put his knee into the neck of a black suspect. And that suspect was Mr. Floyd. We're not saying, hold one second, we're not saying that nobody else's lives matter. We're saying that at this moment in time, this particular moment, we have to put out a message. Your life matters. Black people get the shit end of the stick in America. And as one who's not racist, I'm here to say that your life matters. If you are watching, and if you are a person of color, if you're black, your life matters to me. You have always mattered to me. Now, the analogy that I was going to move on to with childhood cancer. In the month of March, we put the emphasis on kidney cancer awareness, because March is Kidney Cancer Awareness Month, and our ribbon is the orange ribbon. By doing this, we're not saying that no other cancer matters. We're not saying that nobody else matters. What we're saying is the urgency at this particular time is focused and shifted on kidney cancer awareness. It's the same with the month of May, because in the month of May we put brain cancer awareness in the spotlight. We go gray in May. That's the catchphrase, or the punchline, I guess you would call it. We're not saying that no other cancer is important. We're not devaluing other forms of cancer. We're saying that in this particular moment, the urgency is on brain cancer awareness. Of course we recognize other cancers. Of course that we recognize the other issues and the other problems of the world. But in this particular moment in time, the focus is shifted on this particular issue. And please don't falsely corroborate this as, Jared's saying that black people are cancer. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that when there is an urgency that is focused on a subjugated group of people, in this situation, blacks, the focus is going to be on the blacks. We're not disregarding white people. We're not disregarding Asians. We're not disregarding Mexicans. We're not disregarding British people or Germans or Irish or any of that. We're not disregarding anybody else. We're not disregarding people of religious belief. We're not disregarding any other race or group of people, but in this particular instance, the emphasis and the urgency is on blacks. So that's why we're saying Black Lives Matter. It would be like if our house was on fire and we called the fire department, they came and sprayed and hosed the house down. That would be like our neighbors saying, well, don't our houses matter too? Yes, of course they matter. But your house isn't on fire. Our house is on fire. It's exactly that. That's exactly what that is. Our house is on fire. We need the focus. We need the attention on us to help put out the blaze. Your houses do matter, but until such time as your house is on fire, you don't need the hose. You don't need the water. We're not saying you're not important. We're saying that at this time, the assistance of the fire department's not needed. It's needed on the house that is set ablaze. It's no different than the Black Lives Matter movement. Their race of people is being subjugated and is being set on fucking fire. And we are trying to put out the blaze of racism.
I also wanted to say, since this other black person died,
Yeah.
they brought up the one that was in Saginaw now, and they're writing on that.
I saw that.
It was a colored guy, and they thought he had a weapon, so they shot him.
Yeah, I saw that. And Dad knew the guy.
Yeah.
And that was right up Stretch-a-Buck, right there in the parking lot there in Genesee.
Yeah.
And I'm not disregarding that either.
But he didn't get as much.
Right.
As
But
much as this one is.
I understand. It's not about I'm talking about a race of people.
Right.
Their particular race of people, as I used the childhood cancer analogy, I've used the house on fire analogy. It's those people, the blacks. It's that specific race of people who are under fire all the time.
Uh-huh.
And what we're trying to say, Black Lives Matter, we're trying to put out the blaze of racism by hosing it down with love and understanding and human compassion, if that's possible. And that's what we're trying to do. We're not saying your life does not matter. Because by saying, well, my life matters too, we're not saying it doesn't, but what you're doing is you're shifting because your house isn't on fire, so you're going to get mad because you're not getting the water. Be glad that you're not getting the fucking water. Because if your house was on fire, if your house was on fire, you would want the fire department to hose your house down. If my house is not on fire, it doesn't need the hose. But that's not saying that my life also doesn't matter, because it does matter. And until such time as assistance is needed, I'm fine. I don't need your assistance. That's what Black Lives Matter is, and I hope that puts all of this frustration and confusion and anger to bed. Childhood cancer is a blaze all in itself. Childhood cancer is also another, again, like I said, in the month of March we talk about Kidney Cancer Awareness Month. We're not disregarding every other cancer in the world, but the urgency is to raise awareness to the specific type of cancer. We go gold in the month of September. That covers all childhood cancer across the board. So in that moment in time, in that month, the hose is being sprayed on every single fire of every single cancer known to plague children. We're not skipping or dismissing anybody. But with Black Lives Matter, That's where the fire is, and we're trying to put the fire out. We're trying to implement equality. We're not saying that blacks are superior over the rest of the world. We're saying that in this moment in time, the blacks are fighting for equality, and we're trying to implement that. They are just as good as the next person. Doesn't matter what skin color. That's what we're trying to say. Do I support Black Lives Matter? Absolutely. You may not agree with that, and you don't have to. You don't have to agree with anything. That's fine. But those are my personal, those are my subjective opinions and feelings.
You're good. I'll be back.
Okay. Be careful. Love you. So that's basically what Black Lives Matter is, guys. We're not disregarding every other race. And I'm a white person, obviously. I mean, I'm not saying that white people don't matter. I'm not saying that white lives don't matter. I'm not saying that Mexican lives don't matter. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that Filipino lives don't matter. I'm not saying Puerto Rican lives don't matter. When that time comes, when they are being largely subjugated and victimized, like the blacks are, we will put the focus on them when that time comes. We're not disregarding them or their need to be heard. We're trying to set the balance on equality of human beings. Black Lives Matter is only implementing that they want to be treated the same as everybody else. Now you can look at it and view it as, well, why are they always being put at the pinnacle of everything and us white people are always being put down here? We're not. We're not. I mean, if you look at history, when we talk about slavery of blacks, the first slave owner was black. I mean, do your research. Look these things up a little bit, and you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised on what you would learn if you would just do a little digging. But anyway, I hope that helped to quell the misunderstanding or the confusion or the frustration or the anger that comes with the Black Lives Matter movement. Because, yes, overall, I agree with you. We all matter, absolutely. But the blacks right now are being targeted for harassment, constantly targeted for harassment, violence, killing. This is real stuff. And I have lots of black friends, and I love them dearly. I love them with every fiber of my being. They're good people. They've always treated me good. I treat them good. I have Puerto Rican friends. I have German friends. I have friends, Mexican friends. I have friends of all different races, all different skin colors, all different economic statuses, different religious views, cultural backgrounds, political views. I have friends from all walks of life, and I love them dearly. Their skin color and all that other stuff, that's who they are. It's who they are. It's not what they are. And those are my thoughts. And I hope that helps put it into perspective for all of you watching this. But anyway, Dad and Amy, they're headed to Owasso, as she pointed out, and Dad obviously told me he'd see me later, so they're going to watch this video a little bit later. I hope that fan isn't too noisy for you people in the background. It is noisy, but it kicks off considerably cool air, and it keeps the living room nice and cool. So it is much needed. We don't have central air. We have an air conditioner up here, but it doesn't work. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe it needs some Freon. I'm not sure. But anyway, guys, that's basically it. That's pretty much all I wanted to discuss. Childhood cancer awareness will always be a part of me. Cancer Awareness Day being today, of course. And that covers, by the way, all races, all cancers. It covers a large territory of ground. So, yeah. That's that. I really don't have anything else to talk about. Yeah, I was in Lansing on Friday. I was at my mom's on Saturday, yesterday. And today is my cousin Nevaeh's birthday. So that's about it for now, guys. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to wrap this up. This is going to be a very brief, very quick Sunday video update. We're doing fine. I'm doing okay. Still kind of going through depression and dealing with all that, but I'll get through that. I'll continue to chew the food, and I'll get through it. I'll be fine. Everything turns out fine eventually, and I'll be okay. So much love to all of you. Thank you so much for watching another installment of the Sunday video update. My name is Jared Fuller. I will see you next week. Have a good one. Much love and peace. You're done. Can I get some shots of your signs there, guys? Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. Support everything you do, everything you stand for. I probably should be wearing a mask, so I do apologize for that. I wasn't even thinking.
Black Lives Matter!
Mind if I get a shot of your sign? Perfect. Thank you. Really like your signs, guys.
Thank you.
I support your cause.
Thank you very much. It's our duty.
Absolutely. Perfect. Thank you. Absolutely. Remember George Floyd. Absolutely, you guys. This is great. I support everything you do. You're welcome. That is, I believe, WILX 10. Yes, WILX 10 news reporter. I support your cause. Everything you stand for, I support. 100%. Are you guys expecting a big turnout or just a little makeshift demonstration or?
Both.
Oh, both? Okay.
Both.
Okay.
I'll be walking all week long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Down this strip. I would love it if you guys joined me.
Yep.
Those in here is cold. It's fine. Yeah.